stop picking on Italian guys for a minute. It's getting old. I mean, the Irish were involved in organized crime for decades and decades and decades. So let's talk about some of them. Eddie McGrath is one of these guys, an Irish-American hood who controlled the Hell's Kitchen mob and the lucrative parts of the lucrative Waterfront in the 1940s, when the Waterfront in New York was big. It was booming. McGrath was a graduate of, his parents were Irish immigrants. He graduated of the notorious gas house district. He had been arrested a lot, although his arrest didn't start until he was in his 20s. But in the 1920s, 1930s, he was picked up a lot of burglary, murder, and so forth. He was eventually sent to Sing Sing, where he met up all his playmates who he would form into a gang. Later, when he was released, McGrath, a guy named Cockeyes Dunn, who was his brother-in-law, Andrew Squint Sheridan, and John Red McCrossin, started up gangs that took over the West Side docks and had the backing of Joseph P. Ryan, who was a seemingly mostly legitimate businessman who controlled shipping, quasi-hood. But he was connected, deeply connected. He was extremely wealthy. Anyway, McGrath and Dunn eventually learned that McCrossin was skimming money from them, their partners. So they took him out, got him drunk, and shot him in the head, and that ended that. But McGrath was eventually forced to go on the lam when Dunn and Sheridan were arrested for the execution of a guy, a union guy, a stevedore named Andy Hintz in 1949. They were both executed in the electric chair. And McGrath, it just got too hot for him. He took off from Miami, where he worked as an ILA organizer. I talked to you about the ILA before, International Longshoremen's Union. Corrupt. Again, if you've seen the Waterfront, on the Waterfront, that's the union they're fighting, the ILA, although the ILA will deny that. McGrath fell in with Meyer Lansky down in Florida. He basically retired, and retired wealthy in Florida. He died in 1997.